And hello, everybody. We are live. Thank you to each and every one of you who is joining here. And we have with us our wonderful team member, consultant with Unicorn Insight, my dearest friend and colleague, Bhageshri Sane.
Namaste.
And we welcome her very warmly into this live. And
Thank
it's
you.
a
Thank you so
privilege to
much.
have her here because, I mean, of course, apart from the fact that she is part of Unicorn Insights team as a sound healer, she is herself. I mean, I don't have words to explain how amazing her biodata is. So she is a trained Hindustani classical music singer, a talented vocalist of the young generation. With the talim of ragas and talas, Bhageshri performs classical genres like khayal, semi-classical genres like Tumri, Dadra, and Abhang in soulful way. Wow, we are so blessed to have her here. She's gifted with a deep and pristine voice, and Bhageshri is a A-graded artist of All India Radio, a recipient of Gunidas Vishwanath Mandal Scholarship during March 2003-2005, which is given to a worthy vocalist in the field of classical music. She has performed in numerous music circles. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I go on introducing her, time will not be enough. She's performed at so many amazing organizations and institutions. She has done numerous private baithaks of classical and semi-classical on many occasions. She's even successfully done music workshops like Avas Tantra, Rag Vidya, and workshops in collaboration with Kalashray and Utkarsh Mandir Malad. There is so much which I have to talk about her, but she is the first ranker at Dadar Center in the Visharad of Akhil Bharatiya Gandharva Mahavidyalaya in April 2004. She's worked closely with Padma Shri and Sangeet Natak Fellowship Pandit Tulsidas Borkar Awardee late for Marathi devotional album, the music director late Shri Shekhar Shinde. She has also rendered her voice for Kathak workshops held by Guru Dr. Manjiri Dev. She performs with the famous choreographer Dipali Vichare in her theme-based Kathak shows Tridhara. She's also sung for musical drama Ekalavya Sangeetacha Ek Gandharva and made her debut composition Dhun on Lord Krishna. My God, her rendering of Abhangas at Shankaracharya Math in South India has been recently live telecasted on the Shankara channel. She's also performed Abhang in the serial Yogi Hansa Dev for DD Sahyadri channel. And in 2021, she was featured in the series Bhakti Anga on DD Sahyadri and along with other eminent established artists like Asha Khadilkar, Archana Kanere, Sanjeev Chimangalgi. She's a Bachelor of Arts in English and she started a musical journey way too early at the tender age of 2 years with initial lessons from Sri Gopal Zogrekar, from where she got familiar with music and placed under the rigorous talim of Vidushi Pandita Padma Talwalkar, a renowned vocalist whose music is a blend of Kirana Gwalior and Jaipur Atrauli Gharana. Bhageshri was imparted the rich Ragadari Sangeet, which trained her melodically on particular ragas and rhythmically on talas. Her talent made her travel different parts of India, and her rendition is a combination of bhav, technical accuracy, which takes listeners to the state of bliss. Her voice has been introduced to the audience of UK in a private album too, and we are so privileged to have her as a part of our core team of Unicorn Insight. So
Thank you so much.
I salute the artist in you, and we are privileged to have you as a part of Unicorn Insight. So, guys, to
Me too.
introduce what she does with Unicorn Insight is she is also a Reiki practitioner, and she is a trained because she's a trained artist in the field of music. She is the one who is going to take sound healing at Unicorn Insight to the next level. And on behalf of all of us at Unicorn Insight and on all of our viewers at Unicorn University, a very warm welcome to you, my dear Bhageshri. And
Thank you.
yes, if we could we could hear something from you which is healing to
Oh
all of us
yeah.
because I always feel emotional when I listen to her. So,
Yeah, definitely. I will like to start today with a very small, and I think it's the very apt bandish for the topic which we are discussing today, and it's in Rag Yaman. So let's listen the lyrics of this beautiful bandish. I hope Tanpura sound is fine.
yeah,
Thank you.
yes. आहत अनहद भेद नाद के आहत अनहद भेद नाद के सकल भेद श्रुतियन सोवे सकल भेद श्रुतियन सोवे अनहत मुनि जन ध्यान धरत जब आहत अनहत भेद नाद के आहत अनहत भेद नाद के So this is a beautiful bandish in Rag Yaman, and I felt that I should take this bandish for this life because ahata anahata bheda nadake. It talks about these are the two bhed of the nada, which is ahata and anahata. So the sound. Let's talk about sound for time being. Sound is just energy, just like the other energy forms, like the light energy, the electricity, right? So, especially nada, when we talk about nada or the sound, okay, the ahatanad and anahatanad are the two types of it, wherein ahata is the word which is related to the aghat, right? The stroke. So when two things are like they collide against each other, maybe, or the stroke is given, okay, when there is a hand put on the tabla and it's playing dha or dhin, when there is a hand which is playing the tanpura and the string is struck, okay, so that stroke is uh, required to create the vibration. So when that vibration travels through the air, it reaches to our ears and then brain analyzes it. So this is how we perceive the sound. So any sound, of course, the noise is a different thing altogether, but the sound which is musically useful is known as swara, you know. So as we know that this is how we can talk about sound. So let's move on to the next thing which we have planned. Yes. So thank you for such a beautiful. First of all, I salute that once again. Because I'm out
Thank you.
of words when I heard you singing. It was beyond divine, and I feel that
Thank
healing
you.
energy within my heart.
It's the grace of my gurus and God and my parents, I feel.
So yes, The next thing what I wanted to ask you, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers who are like me, who come from a background, that we want to know more about it.
Yes. Uh,
Sound and the association of we as human beings. How would you relate to it, and how do we look at that?
yes. Um, Definitely. Actually, what I perceive is sound is something which is totally indivisible kind of the part of human existence. Since when I think when we are in the womb of our mother, okay,
Right.
the heartbeat that is which is the first sign of our existence itself. Okay, that is the first natural rhythm which starts from the even before our the creation of our body parts, and which remains with us till our death, right? So what I feel is that it's the natural rhythm with which we are really born with. And even I feel that the kind of the even the first cry, you can say, is the sound
Yes.
which
Yes.
is
Yes.
telling you that baby is alive, and which is
Baby is
the
alive.
it's the joy. It's such a joy to listen that. So human being has a natural inclination, because I feel that this whole world as we see it is created with that. Now we can again go back to that anahata word, right, which is the eternal sound of the divine Omkar sound, which is
Hmm.
kind of the Swayambhu, you can say, or which is
Yes.
ongoing as always we see. So, but it's not audible to our normal human ears.
Hmm.
But then Munijana, like they need to be in their meditation to listen to that particular sound, which is the creator of this whole existence, whole
Yes.
universe. So I feel that there is no human being who just cannot ever relate to sound or music for that matter.
Right.
So it is
Yes.
such a closely related with our existence.
And Bhageshri, I want to add one thing. Anahat is also our the chakra situated at the
Yes, yes.
at the center of the heart, which is
Heart
the
chakra.
heart
Yes,
chakra.
yes,
And
yes,
Anahat chakra
absolutely.
is all about love. It's
Yes,
all
yes,
about
definitely.
the love and kindness which connects each one of us at a human level. And
Yes,
without love, we can't be human beings. We are just
definitely.
bodies, and it is love that
True,
makes us, gives us our
true,
human
true.
existence.
Yes, yes.
So thank you for putting it so beautifully. Thank you for explaining it so beautifully. Um, Moving to what is healing. And so, a lot of our viewers today who are watching us, a lot of our clientele at Unicorn Insight, a lot of people who are watching us on Unicorn University, who
Hmm.
are our who are here for healing. So a lot of people I'm sure
Yeah,
watching are people who believe that okay, I want to feel better, whether
yes,
it is at physical level, mental level. And there are also a lot of people who say that I'm not ill, and do I
yes,
need to be a patient to require healing, or can anyone receive healing, and what is it? So
yes, yes,
I just wanted you to maybe speak on this topic that
definitely.
do people really need to be sick to receive healing, or can anyone and everyone receive healing?
Yeah, as thank you for this a beautiful pointer. Basically, again, as I was earlier talking about the heartbeat,
Right,
same heartbeat I think is the cause to calm down a baby when he or she is so cranky. When he
right,
listens to
right,
the heartbeat of mother, generally the position with which
right.
mothers hold the baby is near heart, right? So
Yeah.
it is, I mean, it is something which naturally really calms them down, because they are so much habituated to listen to the heartbeat of their mother
Wow.
being in their womb. So it is this itself is so calming. I even remember my daughter Reva,
Hmm.
when she used to become so cranky sometimes, a lot of sometimes tantrums and all, the my last resort for her used to be my electronic tabla.
Wow.
I used to put, yes, I used to put just tintal on it, and I just got to know one day that she likes her a lot, and then she used to sleep with that rhythm. She used to get calmed down so much. Even I mean, Kalyani, and her son Ishan, he loves to
Yes,
listen to Shiv Kumarji's Santoor a lot while sleeping. So I feel that instead of, I mean, when we talk about healing,
yeah,
there need not be the existence of the wound always. That's what I
right,
feel. Because of course, whenever there is a wound on the emotional or psychological level, Indian music definitely do wonders,
correct.
and it is proven. But then you need not have to be, what I feel is, when you are in music, you are the real you. When you are listening to music, you that sound of music, the swaras, the power of swaras, uh, they compel you to be your own. So
And I
it
experienced
is
this.
what I feel. Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So I think that you need not have to be patient always. But then, of course, if you make the, even I had been to Chennai for one, two of my concerts there, and I saw such a wonderful culture there, that
Hmm.
in any or every house there is somebody who is learning either tabla. Commonly many girls, they have done their visharads in the vocal, and tabla machine and electronic tanpura is like, just do we have the TVs at home? They do have that. So I felt that why can't Indian music be the part of our own existence every day? If
Absolutely.
we make it, even any other things, as nowadays we are following the yogas and meditation techniques and everything, I think that India has been the uh, motherland for all these things. That's what I
Very true.
definitely feel. So if Indian ragas and Indian music, which is our own and which is so rich in everything, every
So,
aspect, it is rich and great and divine. So why not, be in it always? So this is what I mean.
absolutely.
I personally believe it. Being the artist, also you can say, being the student of music, the lifetime student of music, you can say. But it is, I think, it is a must for each and every person, to listen to music. Even importantly, uh, I remember that my grandmother, she
Hmm.
used to love music so much, and even
Hmm.
my father, for that matter, he is, though he is the architect, he is the researcher by heart. So he has invented the electronic tanpura machine, which was not at that time available so much, so
Right.
frequently. So he was like into it, and my grandmother, she used to listen to the classical music always, all the time. She had listened even more than I would have listened as a student, you know. So, and she was such an inspiration to to me, especially to my sister Kalyani and everyone. So I feel even the Indian classical legends, if you can see, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi ji or Birju Maharaj ji, who passed away recently, Girja Devi ji, all of them, they have uh, long lived their life with so beautifully, in such a beautiful manner, being in their music, in their sadhana. So I feel that healing can be just a very small byproduct of it. This is what is my personal opinion,
True.
though. I mean, I feel that it is just a very small thing for Indian music, you know.
Wow.
Otherwise, even the well-being, general well-being, and it can be a very much uplifting for each and every person if you try to be in Indian music, definitely, for sure, right?
Wow.
So yeah, I think let's move on to the next point.
Sure.
I am,
Sure. So
yeah,
the next point, which was a curiosity in my mind, because I've always believed in, we have a very rich Vedic culture as India, as
yes,
you just said that
yes, yes,
India has been the motherland. India has
yes,
been the melting pot of all
true,
different classical music
true,
and so much. So,
yes, yes,
could you elaborate about Vedas and the, because I know from what I know, with my limited knowledge, of course, is that the root of Indian music goes through the Vedas,
Yes.
and the swaras also have deities. That's what I have heard. But again, as I said, my knowledge is very limited, so would like to know more about that from you.
Yes, definitely. Whatever I have learned, I will share a few points of it. Like Samaveda.
Hmm.
Samaveda is the first Veda in which there is, I mean, that's the base of our Indian music basically. Samaveda, out of these other four Vedas, it talks about music, Indian music.
Hmm.
And even at that time when Rishi Munis, they used to perform the yajnas or yagas,
Right.
they used to chant those rucha in those Vedas. So
Hmm.
those ruchas were sung in the three notes generally. So at that time, the Triswariya Gayan was prevalent, even before the birth of the seven notes, you can say.
Wow.
So yeah, so Rishi Munis used to chant those hymns and the ruchas while performing the yagas and yajnas. At the same time, there is a mention of healing aspect of music. Um, it's already being mentioned in the Sangeet Ratnakara, which is the very much first and foremost kind of the great granthas. It is supposed to be of our Indian music. So, in that Sangeet Ratnakar, Sharang Deva has done the mention of this particular thing. That it at that time also it was used as majorly as a healing for its healing purposes due to its great healing quality. So then after that, in the Gandharva's age, those seven notes, as we call them, Saregama Padhani Sa, and as we sing them that way, their original names, as everybody knows, it's Shadja, Rishabh, Gandhar, Madhyam, Pancham, Dhaivat, and Nishad, right? So these notes are created then, and then at that time the Arya Sanskriti, culture of Aryan culture, they were the worshippers of the nature energy, as we know, right? So
Right.
all these swaras were associated. I mean, there is a mention again uh, in these great granthas, wherein sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa, all these different notes were associated with a particular god or goddesses, Lord Ganesha,
Hmm.
Lord Shiva, and Agni Devata, Varun Devata, and so on. So, due to which I felt personally when I read about this information, I felt that it is such a divine thing that the swar has its own existence as a divine being. I feel, and at the same time, it is also the medium through which we can know our own self. We can know the God itself, because this is how I feel that they must be. You can say they must be worshipped. Swaras also were
Right.
worshipped, and also they were used to maybe please certain deities,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So this was how the mention was. So which like it's indeed divine, isn't it?
It is divine, and if we look at, and I always felt that there is a lot of scientific knowledge in the
Yes,
Vedas,
yes,
which we all of us, people of our generation, have
yeah,
not yet completely accessed, and it's
true,
not known to us. And
true, true.
all the studies we have done, the learnings we have done professionally,
Yeah,
whatever we are, I still feel that it's the tip of the iceberg. If we actually sit and read
absolutely,
the
true.
Vedas and the
Yes, yes,
Upanishads,
yes,
the Gita, all the
definitely,
ancient texts, there is so much which you
definitely.
can learn,
Yes, yes,
integrate, and
definitely.
apply
Yeah,
to your life. So
yes,
really
true,
beautiful,
true.
wonderful. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to a very interesting thing, Bhageshi, you which I wanted to always ask you about, which of course, I've known it from you, which is the Raga Samay Chakra. And
Oh,
I
yes.
found the concept very interesting. So,
Yes, yes.
could you please
Yes,
talk,
yes,
elaborate on
definitely.
that?
This particular concept, I feel this is a a very core of the one of the core things of Indian music. First of all, raga and tala are the two major aspects of Indian music. But at the same time, there is a raga samay chakra concept in our Indian music, which is, I feel, it's the exclusive of Indian music, because
Hmm.
Indian music and the raga system is so much in alignment with the nature, you know, that there are the like early morning ragas like Todi, Bhairav, you know, also there are the midnight ragas like Darbari Kannada, Bageshri Malkams, you know. So I mean, I would rather love all of our viewers, if they are eager, they can definitely go on Google and they can see those beautiful pie chart made, which is in which they have a circle, and they have like 24 hours are divided into different
Right.
praharas, and then in each prahara which rags are sung or played. That is what is mentioned there. So it is, I feel that it doesn't really mean that only at that particular time that particular rag is sung or practiced. No, but then of course when it is about it is performance actually. So when it is performed, the effectivity of the raga is at its peak, you know. So the combination of the komal and tivra swaras and its placement in that particular samay, gayan samay, each and every rag has its own gayan samay. So in if it is sung in that particular point of time, even right now as well, if you go to the concerts, all the great legends, they have chosen their rags according to uh, the
Time.
prahara or the time.
Correct.
Yes. So this is how the rag samay chakra is. Also, there is a beautiful alignment of the ragas with the rutus as well, the seasons.
Hmm.
Okay, as we very well, everybody knows that how Mia Malhar and Malhar ke prakar, you know, is sung in the monsoon, and
Monsoon.
the Basant, Rag Basant or Bahar are the beautiful ragas which are performed in the springtime, the
Spring.
Basant
Which is
season.
coming up, right?
Yes, yes, definitely, yeah. So this is how I feel that, especially this concept of the circle, you know, the avartan of the tal as well. It is typically of the Indian music. In
Hmm.
every other music as well, there is a system, there is a thing of the time element, of course, is there. But then
Hmm.
in our music, say, the cycle is the concept in
Hmm.
everything. So which makes it, I feel, so so much related to our own daily lives.
Daily
And
life. Yeah, and
yes,
in Ayurveda, we talk about
yes,
dinacharya, which
yes,
is
absolutely, yeah,
so I think I could, when you were speaking, I could relate it to dinacharya because
yes, yes, yes,
we've forgotten all of this, and I think
yes,
2020
yes,
2021 were the awakening years where we all needed to understand that our body follows a certain rhythms, and
yes,
whether it is
yes, it does,
dinacharya or whether it is healing through sound, whether it is healing through music, all our
yeah,
organs have a time to detox. Our body has a
definitely,
time to, yeah.
yeah,
And when we break it, and when we have dinner at 11 p.m., and when we sleep at
yeah,
2 p.m., it breaks everything. So,
yes,
yes, it
yes,
is so connected to the dinacharya. And wow,
yeah.
I'm zapped by all this knowledge because wow, it's
Yeah.
just wow.
And isn't right now as well, the point that you made reminds me that I have heard one interview in which
Hmm,
South India, there is the great musician who has done the research on this sound aspect of it, sound healing, and how Indian ragas are associated with it. And
right.
she was talking about how in South Indian music there is a mala. I'm not sure if I'm talking about the name of the ragas rightly, but then it is a Mala Priya or Mala Hari something. It's the rag which, you know, detoxifies the human body. So if it is heard in the morning, definitely it is going to give you a great better day, isn't it? So
Wow. And
yeah,
this is so powerful. And when we are, all of us are spiritual seekers, I'm sure, and when we are trying to know all of this, and this beautiful impact which can have on our body, mind, and spirit. I think we all will go
True.
to another level of healing
Definitely,
and
definitely.
transformation in our life.
Definitely, yes. And even as far as healing is concerned, I would say that when I was learning at my Guru Padmatai, generally I was the child who used to have the, always all the time with weather, I used to have that heavy cold and cough and
Yeah.
all that, you know. But at the same time, the love for music was, of course, so much so that I
So
couldn't really
much.
restrict myself, and I used to still go to her. And then, but then this was the point wherein I had observed that after singing, my all these, sinuses especially,
Sinuses. Wow.
they used to get very much clear, so even I would definitely would like to talk about the Brahmari, which we do in yoga.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
also the
Yes.
Omkara. Even if you don't know the swaras, if you are in music, definitely everybody should be doing that. But those who are not in music that much, they also can, just have the electronic tanpura in your app on your phone, and you can just switch it on. You can listen to it for 5 minutes every day, and I definitely would suggest that you all will let us know that how it will have a great impact in your whole day. And also you can try to sing only omkar with, you can deep breathe in and you can sing with or exhale with saying omkar, and you will definitely everyone will be able to see the changes themselves. I think that will be self
Yes.
explanatory.
And Bhageshri, I want to add a personal experience here. So, in the year
Yes.
2017-18, because of being a teacher and speaker, I was constantly straining my voice. And
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
a point of time where I had lost my voice. And I saw
Oh,
all the specialists in Mumbai. Yes. I saw all
okay.
specialists in Mumbai, all physicians,
Okay.
doctors, and they just said one thing:
Yeah.
Ashwini, rest it
Huh.
out. But that was not the solution because my profession was connected so deeply with
Yeah.
speaking.
Talking. Yeah.
Um, yes, and somewhere I came across Brahmari Pranayam,
Yes.
and
Yes.
being a Reiki practitioner, I used to continuously practice Reiki on myself, but I
Wow.
made Brahmari Pranayam a part of my life.
Wow.
And it has
Yeah.
not just benefited me at my voice level, but
Yes.
it also clears my nose. It
Yes.
clears my, whenever my head hurts, and if I do a Brahmari, it
Yeah.
really helps me. And this is my
Yeah.
first hand experience. So thank you for mentioning it. And this is something
Yes.
I've
Yes.
experienced on my own, that
Wow.
Brahmari Pranayam has
True.
really benefited me a lot.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Truly.
yes, that's the power of sound.
Yeah. Yeah. It is definitely.
Wow. So let's move to my favorite topic, which is chakra system and Bij mantras, which
Oh.
is, we just had a Reiki class this Sunday, and
Wow.
the students were so happy to learn about chakras and
Wow.
each of the chakra and how does the chakras work and all of that. So
Yes. Yes.
want to know more about it from you.
Yeah, actually, this was the topic which I thought of when I felt that the viewers, who are like, who will say that we are not in music, maybe, we
Hmm.
are not having any instruments with us.
Correct.
So I felt that your own voice and your own body is your
Hmm.
instrument to be in
Hmm.
music, and
Hmm.
that can be with the help of these bija mantras for the each chakras, which I feel that even Ashwini can talk in a better way, that how each chakra is associated with the bija mantra, right? Bijakshara, and
Yes.
it's that itself is the mantra kind of a thing, right? So if you chant that particular each and every bija mantra for each and every chakra, I feel that it can be so cleansing in itself, and it can balance your energies for the whole day, definitely, right? So,
Wow.
as a, I mean, as a Reiki practitioner and as a grandmaster, Reiki grandmaster, you have the like authority to talk about the bija mantras and chakras.
So, Bhageshri, one thing I want to add here, because I want to, for people who are not even the Reiki practitioners,
Yes,
I want to make, of course, for Reiki practitioners, masters, and all
yeah,
ones who are studying energy science, they are aware of the chakras. But One thing which I want to share as an experience here, which I just recollected right now, although this
Yeah.
was not something which I planned to speak, but during
Yes,
the
yes.
COVID lockdown, last 2 years,
Yeah.
my mother and me, we used to chant Ram Raksha, which is
Wow. Yes. Yes.
it's a slokas in honor of Lord Shri Ram, and in
Yes.
every Marathi household,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone, children grow up, yeah, chanting it. Like my
Yes.
grandfather taught me as a child, but we started chanting it specifically during COVID lockdown.
Yes,
And me
yes.
and my mother every evening, when we sit for the evening prayers, we used to chant Ram Raksha. And after chanting Ram Raksha, I used to feel very, very empowered.
Yes.
And around the same time, I read a beautiful study which speaks about why does Ram Raksha make you feel so powerful and releases the power,
Yeah.
because Ram is the Bij
Yes.
mantra of the Manipur Chakra. Manipur
Solar.
Chakra is
Yeah.
located, it's your solar plexus, your upper
Yes.
abdomen. It is the
Yes.
seat of your power. So whenever you
Yes.
are afraid, you will feel that energy center shrinking. If you remember, you go for a
True.
meeting or a public talk interview, you are going to feel a bit of tingling sensation,
It's kind
energy,
of a butterflies in the stomach.
butterflies.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you're afraid, that is the place which makes you feel sunk. And a lot
Yes.
of people, a lot of our clients too, when we were doing
Hmm.
healings for the last 2 years, a lot of our
Hmm.
clients used to have a lot of digestion issues. I
Hmm.
myself have faced a lot of digestion issues because of
Okay.
a weak solar plexus. But the
Ha.
moment we started chanting Ram Raksha, we could feel a sense of power, because the word
Yeah.
Ram,
Yes.
Bij mantra Ram, which is
Yes.
chanted so many times in the Ram Raksha,
Yes. Yes.
makes you feel powerful. And Ram is the Bija
Wow.
mantra of the
Yes.
solar plexus, the
Solar
Manipur
plexus.
chakra. So the
Yes.
sound
Yeah.
can heal when logic doesn't work. So healing works beyond
True.
logic.
True. True. Yes.
And we believe that, oh, Sanskrit mantra hai, something which my grandfather says or grandmother. No, Sanskrit is not a language. It is vibration. It is
Yes.
energy. It is frequency. It can
Yes.
heal you just by
Yes. Yes.
chanting something. It's not superstition, because these are
Yes.
scientifically tried and tested techniques. And
True.
I
True.
have seen that, when you mentioned about every chakra has a bij mantra and every sound,
Yeah.
when I say rum,
Hmm.
my solar plexus gets strengthened. And
Hmm.
when I say yum, it's my heart chakra. And when I say hum,
Hum.
it is my throat chakra. And that's
Yes.
why a lot
Yes.
of times while chanting these Bij Akshar, Bij Mantra, your
Yeah.
body starts showing shifts.
Definitely. And that's what I feel right now when you spoke about this. I felt that all this knowledge, when when it comes as a foreign kind of the modality,
Yes,
generally in India, we feel like, oh, this is something which should be great, but
something
then
great.
which is already great in your own culture, we must imbibe it, I feel, and
Yes,
we should honor it basically because it is
we
our
should honor
own,
it.
and we should own it, and we should even propagate it so much so that the whole world will know about it.
And the whole world is picking up. So Bhageshri, I see so many foreigners, they are chanting Ram Raksha.
Yes,
They are doing
yes, yes.
Agnihotra Yajna, they are following Ayurveda. And here we are
Yeah,
sitting and saying, oh, it's a superstition. No, it's not a superstition, it
it's
is
not.
science. But the
Yeah,
only problem is we do not have enough access to those materials, which if we do, a lot
true,
of material was destroyed during
true.
the last few
Yes,
centuries. And
yes,
that's the
yes,
reason we don't have enough information. But we still have access. We are in this beautiful land of India where there
true.
is so much knowledge. There are
Yes,
so many ways to heal yourself. So, guys, rather than just thinking that you all are going to get old and you all are going to fall sick and life is miserable, no, don't be in those beliefs. Instead, look at these beautiful ways. Look at music, look at Ayurveda, look at yoga, look at all these modalities which can help you heal yourself. And wow, that was such a profound thought, Bhageshri.
yes,
I'm really
yes.
sure all our viewers are definitely feeling and understanding and having those aha moments, which I'm having, of
True.
course.
True, me too. This is the divine, I feel, power of music itself, that
It is
the subject itself is so divine that when you talk about it, you definitely are going to feel that.
absolutely, absolutely. A bit about you. That this is always something which the moment we know each other for 2 years now, and I've
Yeah.
always, since I met you, I always thought, what made you study the healing aspect of music, and what are
Uh,
the
yeah.
aspects of healing, if you could
Yes.
elaborate on these?
Actually, as I told earlier, that Guru Shishya Parampara, let me talk about it, that it is one of the, again, very core and very exclusive kind of the element in our Indian
Hmm.
classical music. You
Right.
know, when in learning under Guru Shishya Parampara for more than 20 years by now, I
Hmm.
got to feel that whenever you are in front of somebody who is, who is your great guru, you know, he is having so much things to share with you, and you perhaps can, your abilities can be such that, you can just pick few of the drops out of it, so when that is kind of the dynamics, you know, I felt that whenever there is some error while learning, you are like facing troubles when you are facing your own negative aspects of your own personality. This is my
Hmm.
personal
Hmm.
observation. It
Hmm. Hmm.
also, again, then I when read Lewis Hayes, You Can Heal Your Life, which is a wonderful, great research, I feel, and in which he has talked about how every wrong thought can create the disease. I felt that even before creating the disease, if on the very superficial levels, if that particular negative thought, if it can be healed, then nothing like it, isn't it? So, especially when, for example, recently, where I am teaching right now, there was a lady, her, when she started learning the very basic notes, and we were doing the very basic patterns like Saregarigama and all those patas and all, her voice was not able to even cross Pancham, Pa. Only
Hmm.
Saregama part is that she was comfortable. On the upper areas, she was not really at all. I mean, her voice was not reaching at all.
Hmm.
So at that time, the awareness which I got, I felt that I asked her that do you feel very, uh, kind of the you are not perhaps allowing yourself to express your emotions very well, somewhere you have suppressed yourself a lot, that if you try to observe those of your feelings which you are trying to suppress down in your own system, then it will be like perhaps pancham ke above swar dhire dhire lagne lagenge. That's what my personal observation was, and it turned out right. Okay, sometimes I felt that this particular awareness, Ashwini, started way back before 5 to 6 years, when
Hmm.
there was a some student in front of me who was, he was also the beginner at that
Hmm.
time, and
Hmm.
when I was listening him, somewhere I got the awareness that he has been through some very very difficult phases in his life, maybe.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I also at that time was like, I was actually surprised with this thought of mine, that how come, why, there is no any reason, for me to think
Hmm.
like this,
Hmm. Hmm.
because whatever
Wow.
I was teaching, he was picking up. And that I feel that the way he was doing that, his voice and the texture of his voice, the tone of his voicing, there
Hmm.
can be many things technically, but then
Hmm.
this gave me the awareness that there is something which is, he is, he is having a very bad patch in his life perhaps. And
Wow.
after the session, he actually told me that, ma'am, I felt very nice, to sing the swaras with you. And he was very happy. He felt like we are sitting in a temple, and I felt that we both are doing the swars and all. So it's the
Hmm.
power of the swar, isn't it? But at the same time, he was mentioning that, he said that, ma'am, I want to tell you something, because this is, I look at music as the healing thing for me. And then he mentioned that how he had also, he had a very bad experience when he did the love marriage, and due to opposition of his family members, he had to also go to the jail. you know. So that kind of the incidents, which was something at that time, like he didn't really shared while singing, because it was just a singing. But then later on when he shared, I felt that this is what music can also do,
Can do.
because sound is such a transparent thing, you know. Sound is very transparent. Whoever is singing it, the way, whatever the wrong or right, whatever it is, it reveals its personality. So this was the point wherein my personal journey started, wherein I felt that if that particular issue, you know, if
Yes.
he is working on it musically, okay,
Yes.
then can his difficulty be solved.
Yes.
So this is kind of I feel the graphology kind of a science, wherein
Yes.
your personality is very much related to the handwriting, and if you change
Correct.
the handwriting for the good, even it helps your personality. It's something like that. So I
Yeah.
felt that if those particular traits, being the musician, or when I am teaching somebody, if I am able to find it out that what exactly is troubling that person, then I can definitely suggest. I mean, this is the I feel there are two aspects of healing, wherein one can passively listen to the Indian ragas, you know, at that particular point of time, maybe for a particular issue, physical issue or emotional issue. But at the same time, if you your own self are in music, if you yourself are being with the presence of the notes, the swaras, then definitely that healing can be much more faster. Okay, though you
Right.
are not a musician maybe, or you are not in music, you are not a student of music, but still with certain kind of the say exercises which I am working on it right now, one can deal with that particular thing, and it can help him uh, gaining more joy and bliss in being in music. At the same time, it can help him in his own life areas as well. So this is how I like, as you asked me, that this is how my own perception was about the healing and Indian music, basically.
Wow, and this brings me very, because I could connect it to my sessions with people if they're taking Reiki sessions, or
Yes.
even therapy sessions. And there are so
Hmm.
many times that the client is not able to express themselves,
Hmm.
and because at a conscious level a lot of things are not present.
Yes. Yes.
People who are seeking healing, they say that I know something is wrong. I know I
Hmm.
want to get better, but I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. And they
Yes.
approach us at Unicorn Insight. We might start Reiki healing, or using other therapies like access
Right.
consciousness, or
Yeah.
angelic healing, or coaching and counseling. But now when
Right.
we add music as healing, which of course we have added to our portfolio at Unicorn Insight, thanks to you, this is going to be so much more empowering to a lot of
Definitely.
our clients, because
Yes.
healing is not just about, so people ask me many times, Ashwini, how many sessions will I require, or Ashwini,
Yeah.
what is going to be next, and
Yeah.
Ashwini, what is exactly happening now?
Hmm.
Healing is such a deep rooted process that when we are
True.
healing people, we are not healing,
Yeah.
it's the energy which is healing, it's the universe
True.
which is healing. But when we as teachers, as therapists, as healers are helping a client transform their life,
Yeah.
I think this kind of work, because this case study which you mentioned, I was blown away by this, that
Yeah.
wow, this can be
Yeah.
so profound. And when we have this,
Yes.
there will be clients who will want to try out sound healing to give
Yes.
them
Yes.
breakthroughs. And
True.
I'm sure a lot of people who are watching us live, or who
Yes.
even who will watch this video later, will
Yeah.
be connecting to this, and there will be so
Definitely.
much
Definitely.
transformation which they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Even I feel nowadays the stress, which is a very common word of even the
Yeah.
teenagers, the people who are dealing with the heavy working hours, I feel the Indian music can be such a relaxing, and basically Indian music is the core of it is the peace, you
Yes.
know. So that's why it can help each and every human being for that matter, and
Absolutely.
especially for the students it will help a lot, because when I teach the small kids, I come
Hmm.
to know that how, even in order to sing the sa in a very steadier manner, you have to forget everything and you have to focus there. You know,
Mindfulness and the
yes.
being in the moment.
Yes, yes. Even there was yesterday only there was a small kid who was learning, and she was like no, was not at all able to cope up with the tal at all. Bandish tal में बिल्कुल
Hmm.
नहीं गा पा रही थी. So at
Hmm.
that time I felt that she might be having troubles in completing a particular work in particular time, you know. And I asked her and she agreed, yes, I am like that I don't like to look at the clock at all. And so I feel that
Wow.
Indian music also can work wonders in the growth of the children, small children, to all the learning ages at the same time. I mean, before me saying it, I mean, there are many great researchers like uh, Ayurvedacharya Tambeji, who has
Hmm.
worked on this Garbha Sanskar kind of
Yes.
the topic. He is having a great book on it, and there is a CD with it, in
Hmm.
which there are a particular shlokas and hymns
Garbhasangskar.
which you are supposed to listen. And then those mothers who have done that, they share their experience as to even after the birth of the child, that child feels comfortable with those particular shlokas because that sound is
Hmm.
something which is so familiar to them, you
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Profound.
So yeah,
Totally
yeah, it is.
profound.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
so
Wow.
I think if like this is such a great and beautiful topic in itself that we can continue on and on, but then let's see.
Wow. And Bhageshri, that is the next thing. What I mean, of course, because we are speaking here about healing,
Yes.
what I want to ask is the two, because you mentioned about two aspects of healing. And
Yes.
especially we are looking at this because how does the process of learning music help
Hmm.
us as human beings? Which is
Yes.
what, of
Yes.
course, the core of today's talk is all about.
Yes.
So
Yes.
could you
Yeah.
could you elaborate about both
Yes.
these things,
So,
which is actually the
uh,
yeah.
yeah. So, just as I earlier mentioned, that even just in order to sing a particular note as well, you need to concentrate at that particular point of time so much so that because without which you cannot really sing that note correctly, you know.
Hmm,
So
hmm,
certain aspects of learning, that's what I felt, that Guru Shishya Parampara is
hmm, hmm.
again such a great rich thing in itself, that even if you are sitting in front of your guru or mentor or teacher,
Yeah.
whoever it is, when you tumble upon something, it is generally your ego based kind of the negativities maybe, okay, in on which if you work, definitely it gives you the great results as far as music
Hmm.
learning as well as in your life areas. So I feel that this is rather I feel this is must for each and every human being. I mean, nowadays there is a uh, concept of the gym,
Yeah.
the way we go to gym. I feel everyone should be in music that way.
Yes.
We should be creating something for every human being who, which can be related to everyone. So
So true.
this is how it is.
And I believe that this the next few years we really hope that this revolution which had
Yes.
started with holistically understanding that mind body spirit are deeply connected and to live a happy
Yes.
life. So,
Yes.
most of us we lived in a very fast world where we were taught,
Hmm.
when
Yes.
we went to schools, when we went to
Hmm.
colleges, we lived in
True.
cutthroat competition, marks, getting good
Yeah.
jobs, earning good salaries, climbing the corporate ladder.
True.
But that was, I think, only half of what life is, what I called as the very left-brained approach of living life. But what
True.
about happiness?
True.
Even if
True.
you have tick marked with all the things you wanted in life, are you really happy? Are you healthy? Do you feel good? Do you have a
True.
sound sleep? Do you have a
Yeah.
good appetite? And just like you said, yes, why do people go to gym? Yes, exercise is very important, but most people go to gym not because they want to be healthy, but because they want to look good. Because there is so much
Yes.
stress on the outer appearance. We
Yeah,
also
yeah,
want to model us into, yeah, we all want to become just like each other. There is no
yeah.
individuality. But with, of course, to all our viewers who are watching us, and we at Unicorn Insight, me, Bhageshri, and all our team, Namrata, Neelam, we all are
Yeah,
looking at creating through Unicorn Insight, creating this beautiful world where there is awareness about all of this so that you all can choose it. Why didn't we choose it
definitely.
before? We had no awareness. But now that there is
Definitely.
awareness, choose to heal, choose
Yeah,
to transform,
true,
choose
true.
to get get just back to what you truly are. Bhageshri, one beautiful statement you made was music makes you go back to who you truly are.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely,
And
it does.
that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we all want to create. A world
True,
which is
true.
so beautiful. We all stay happy, stay healthy. There is so much love. There is
Yeah,
abundance,
yeah.
which is our objective here at Unicorn.
Yeah, true, true. So nice. Yeah,
Wow. I think this was one of the most amazing talks I had till date because I learned so much from you. And although we've been working together for all this time, I think today's talk is, and of course, people are going to watch it later on YouTube, on
yeah.
Unicorn University, on our
Yes,
Facebook
yes.
page. But all I can say is there is so much knowledge which you have shared with us, and we are really grateful to you for that. And
Yeah, no. Thank you so much for calling me here today. It was indeed wonderful to talk to you, and I
I did
loved
not
it so
understand
much.
it's almost 56 minutes that we are talking, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
there is so
Oh,
much
is it?
I want to know more. I want to know more. So, all
True,
of
true.
you who are watching us here, we have introduced, this was an
Yeah,
official launch with Bhageshri here to make sound healing a part of Unicorn Insights menu or the portfolio which we offer as our services. Sound healing is very much part of our portfolio, and all of you who
yeah,
are looking to avail services, we will be having workshops, healing sessions,
yeah,
individual group sessions, and
yes.
a lot more in the upcoming months. And Bhageshri is our to-go person for sound healing, and I myself seen a lot of shifts in me with sound healing.
Yeah,
So um, happy to have this, of course, as a part of our portfolio. And to all of you who would like to um, avail the services, please get in touch with us. You could either drop us emails, or you could write to me, or you could drop inbox messages, or you could even comment below this video, because there will be so much I'm sure all of you would like to know. And Bhageshri is as much a part of Unicorn Insight team. So please get in touch with us if you need to avail any services in terms of sound healing. And any concluding words would you like to add, my dear?
no, I feel that it's already you had the time space and which already we have crossed due to this
Yes,
topic.
yes, of course. No,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
So I always believe that it's all divinely planned. So we
True,
have,
true.
I'm just going to take a few minutes before we close this session to look
Yes.
at, we have had some wonderful comments and some
Yeah.
wonderful people who have written. So thank you, Namrata. Thank you, Kalyani, Vidula. Thank you, Manali. I mean, I'm so happy to have all our wonderful, beautiful people write. And if you have any questions, you can write here, or if you could even write about it later to us, and we will make sure we can answer these questions. So if you're watching this as a replay later, because of course Bhageshri is now here with us to answer anything live, if you wish
Sure.
so. But of course, if you have any more questions, you could comment here, and we would get back to you. Also
Definitely.
to all of you whose name I didn't take because I missed out taking. Oh, my sister is there, so thank you, Didi, for
Oh,
watching.
wow.
And
Thank you.
we have all family and friends, and of course, our entire Unicorn University and Unicorn Insight clientele, our
Wow.
esteemed clients who have given support. So all of you
Great.
who watched this video, gratitude
Thank
from
you
the
so
bottom
much.
of our hearts.
Yeah.
and keep watching. And yes, we will be sharing more details about the services and about connecting with us with Bhageshri for sound healing. So till then, stay healthy, stay happy, stay magical, and keep watching us on every Tuesday. Of course, for all of us is at Unicorn University. Tuesday is our healing day where we speak about healing modalities. You saw me talking about Reiki, Namrata talking about JBP, and we will be talking a
Yeah.
lot more. So please watch us every Tuesday. Once again, warm regards, love, and gratitude to each one of you. Special
Yeah.
gratitude to my dearest Bhageshri for everything.
Thank you so much, Ashwini. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.